Hi everyone, welcome to Robert J. Bailey CPA. Today we're going to be talking about stimulus and rebate checks and IRS refund checks, all these different articles that you've been probably reading, seeing maybe every other day on the various carousel of articles that go by on Internet Explorer and similar platforms. Okay, I've been seeing them and I've been reading them, and some of them are in incredible detail. For example, I read one maybe about a week ago that explained that there's a $1,390 stimulus check that'll be going out to individuals at the end of the summer. The IRS has already confirmed that they're already preparing the checks based on 2024 tax return data. I want to let you know that that's all false, okay? But don't turn off, because there is some good news. But everything that you've been basically reading about stimulus checks and rebate checks and another COVID type check, it's not true. There is nothing set in stone, okay? That's number one. But again, don't turn off the video, because we're going to talk about what is coming down the pipeline. Now, before I do that, the first thing I want to say is this is my very first video on my channel. My name is Robert J. Bailey. I'm a 34-year CPA, and I've been looking forward a long time to opening up a channel to explain taxes, going back to the beginning, to talk about accounting as a practice, accounting for kids in school, as a profession, the CPA exam, what it's like to be a CPA. And then to help people, that's all to help people, but then to help people who aren't accountants, with bookkeeping, different types of work that CPAs do, as well as the tax law. And so there's going to be a series coming up on the big beautiful bill, as well as 2025 tax law changes on various different categories for just regular people, for people with businesses, people who have real estate, things that you should know now. You're coming to the end of the year that may help you to plan. Okay, but before that, I just had to start today because I've read the darn last article I'm going to read without finally sounding off. Okay, so again, there is nothing already set in stone about any of these checks going out to you. However, the good news, and why you don't want to turn off yet, is that on Monday, July 28th, 2025, Josh Hawley, a Republican from Missouri, did introduce the American Worker Rebate Act. Okay? Now, this is legislation that would send rebate checks back to Americans. Okay? With parameters, of course. And we'll get into that. However, so let's start with the act itself. Okay, so what the act calls for is $600 rebate checks that will go out to working Americans. All right? And I'm going to put a link in the description if you want to see the actual act. Unlike so many things that you see in any laws that come out and sent in Congress, that are thousands of pages long. I think the big beautiful bill, I think, was 6,000 pages. This is only 2 or 3 pages. Very short, very sweet. So I'm going to put that right in the description, that link. So if you want to tap on that, you can actually only take you 2 or 3 minutes and you can read it. Okay, so what are we talking about here? We're talking about $600 per person. Okay, the checks. So if you're a family of 4, mom, dad, 2 kids, you're talking about a $2,400 check. And there are income limitations. They are $150,000 of adjusted gross income for married filing jointly, $112,500 for head of household, that's adjusted gross income, and $75,000 of adjusted gross income for single filers. Now, if you have higher adjusted gross income than that, are you out in the cold? No. What happens is there's a 5% reduction for every dollar that you're above the adjusted gross income threshold level. Okay? So if you're at $160,000, you're $10,000 above. times that by 5%. That's going to be what your reduction of that $600 check is. So you're not out in the cold, all right? So it's good news for Americans, very good news. Now let's see if we get there. So with that, what we're going to have to do is talk a little bit about the politics of the bill. And the first thing I want to say, because this is my first video, this is not a political channel in any way, shape, or form. Republicans, God bless you. Democrats, God bless you. Independents, whatever your political affiliation, God bless you. But it has nothing to do with this channel. But in the reality, we have to talk about, for certain things, we have to talk about politics. And so what do I mean by that? Well, this bill was put forth by a Republican, Josh Hawley from Missouri. All right? And the Republicans hold both the Congress and the Senate. So you would hope they would jump aboard on this bill and want to get it through, and they can go like this and say, hey, we got this through to help the American people. And on the Democrat side, when you're talking about giving some extra help to people, you would think the Democrats hopefully will get on board for that too, so that we can get this through and all of us can get some money to help with ourselves and our families, okay? Now, it is a funny thing when you look at politics, how it's presented. Very basically, on the Republican side, what Mr. Hawley is stating, according to his website, is that, my gosh, these tariffs are doing so well, bringing so much extra money into to the Treasury's pockets, we should share some with the American people. And great, I'm all for it. On the Democrat side, what they're saying is, hey, these tariffs have kept inflation higher than it should be, because the tariffs are making things more expensive for manufacturers to produce. So therefore, we should take some of this tariff money and help by giving it to Americans to offset some of these higher costs that they're paying. Do you really care, left or right, Republican or Democrat, what they're saying? No. What we want to see is that they both get on board, the Republicans and Democrats, and get this through, and that our president signs that bill. So we would hope by proper marketing of this bill, the Senate, the Republicans, Democrats, and our president will all get on board, and we can see a little help, which would probably, hopefully, come by the end of the year. And that would certainly help with the upcoming holiday season. Certainly would. Every dollar helps. And that's what this channel is about, to try to find every dollar that can help you. Now, with that, I want to say that I am a CPA. I am not an attorney. I am not an investment advisor. And I'm not your CPA. So everything that is presented in this video or future videos, especially when we start breaking down Big Beautiful Bill and the 2025 tax law changes, please do your own research. Go over it with your own tax provider, okay? Because these are my opinions, my interpretations of the tax laws and the bills that are passed. Okay? So thanks so much for tuning in. And please hit the subscribe button and the notification button, so when a valuable video does come out, because they're all going to be trying to help you save money and educate you thereon. So please hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for being here today. But I just had to break in and just go over these bills that I've been reading so much about that are untrue, but tell you what is true and what's coming down the pike, hopefully. Thank you. Have a good day.